another round of Football Friday.
The playoffs continue. A spot in the regional finals on the line.
The team's moving on, and the best plays from tonight on another special playoff edition of Football Friday. Hey, good evening to you. At this point in the season, nothing but great football teams left. Shane right here along with Yanni Caracas for our final football show of the season. Football Friday coming to an end. It comes in the regional semifinal round of the playoffs, and our last game of the week, two private school powers in our area.
Yeah, we're talking about Benjamin at undefeated Cardinal Newman. The Crusaders beat the Bucks way back in September, but then went on to win 5 of their next 6 games to close out the regular season.
Yeah, they went on a tear. The Bucks started the season 0-3 before that loss to Newman, which actually helped jumpstart their season. Both teams now opening their playoff runs against their rivals. Let's head to the highlights. The undefeated Crusaders, the second-ranked team in the entire state in 1M. Bucks think an upset, though, and it was Benjamin striking first blood. Jacob Cosby Mosley stepping in at quarterback early in the year and doing it well. Across the middle to Micah Mays, the Wake Forest commit, showing off that D1 talent. Touchdown Bucks. The extra point is blocked 6-0. Newman trying to shake off that rust. Luke Warnock rolls out to his right, fires a rocket here to Josh Philliston. Somehow makes a catch in traffic. Newman takes a 7-6 lead into the locker room. First possession of the second half. Newman's Henry Bennett running with authority inside the 5-yard line. And then on the next play, he kept off the drive to give the Crusaders a 14-6 lead. Ensuing Bucks drive, they weren't done. Cosby Mosley going deep down the left side. It's Mays once again for the catch. The big gain and the first down. Same drive, fourth down. Bucks trying to cap off the drive, but look at this. The Newman defense would stuff the sneak. Cardinal Newman would hold off Benjamin 14-6. They'll play at Chaminade Madonna next week.
All right, good game there. Top seed Palm Beach Central hosting a Stoneman Douglas team that upset Santa Lucia's last week in a close game. Broncos, though, with a sloppy start in this one. Back-to-back drives with fumbles, and the Eagles take advantage. Clayton Cannon Jr. shot out of a cannon. TD run makes it 10-0. Stoneman Douglas, but the Broncos, of course, wake up. The dynamic duo getting to work. Ahmad Haston, end zone. Luby Maurice Jr. comes down with it, and it's a 10-7 game. Cheerleaders like what they see. Ensuing Eagles possession. Central stepping up on defense. Tony Williams picks off the pass, and the momentum in this game has changed. Very next play from scrimmage. Haston back to Luby Maurice Jr. This time a 70-yard house call. Haston was sensational tonight. Broncos advance to the regional final 55-23. They'll take on the winner of Palm Beach Gardens and Monarch. That game played tomorrow. All right, after getting a first-round bye, Pahokee well rested for visiting Chiefland. Late here in the first quarter, Indians trailing 6-2. Austin Simmons finds Tony Martin. He is wide open in the end zone. A 2-point conversion is good. It's 10-6 Pahokee. Then early in the second quarter, here comes Chiefland. Michael Tovin's pass is tipped, and then Hardly Gilmore comes up with the incredible interception. Got an incredible name, too. Just a few plays later, Blue Devils find themselves in the red zone once again. They feed the beast to Sean Benjamin. He crosses the goal line. Missed 2-point conversion, though. Devils lead it 16-6. And how about some defense? Chiefland driving, but Pahokee's Jacoris Foreman forces the fumble. Pahokee moving on. They light up the scoreboard 50-28. They'll travel to top seed Hawthorne next week. Well, the only blemish on John Carroll's schedule this season came at Cardinal Newman. Tough game for them. Other than that, the Rams have been perfect this season. Here comes Cardinal Mooney now, who started the season 1-6 before winning their last 3 games and getting into the playoffs. These two teams both in 1S District 6. In fact, they're the only 2 teams in the district. Rams blew out the Cougars earlier this year. Tied up 7-7. Here we go. Second quarter, Dawson Mail and the Rams trying to get some momentum before the half. He hits Marion Frederick deep downfield for the completion. That sets up a Hail Mary end of the quarter, trying to make this work. Mail airing it out, but Griffin Gasati picks it off, and we go into the half. First possession of the third quarter now. Frederick again racking up yardage. The spin move and the long run sets up John Carroll inside the red zone. The offense stalls, but the kicking unit coming in on the break to tie 10-7 Rams as that goes through the uprights. Cardinal Mooney looking to answer, but instead Anthony Ferraro intercepts the pass, and he's the other way for a pick six, blowing this thing wide open. John Carroll moving on to the regional semis 38-7. They'll host Lakeland Christian next week.
All right, coming up after the break, we head back to the Treasure Coast as Vero Beach tries to protect home turf against Melbourne. More Football Friday coming up after the break. Welcome back to Football Friday. Vero Beach hosted Melbourne, making the trek 35 miles south to the Treasure Coast. First possession for Vero Beach, and their offense is clicking early. Jake Whiteley finds Justin Woolard for a big game. And then on the very next play, Quincy Rogers follows it up with a nice run through the middle. Look at this, the Indians marching down the field for another first down. Whiteley this time looking for his number one target, Vontravis Jacobs. And Jacobs gets the feet in bounds, but a flag on the play would eventually stall the drive for Vero. At the start of the second quarter now, Whiteley trying to get the Indians on the board. He goes to Jacobs again. This time, no flags on the big play. A few plays later, swing pass to Rogers, and he's not going to mess this one up. Touchdown, Vero. They win at 26-7. They'll host Osceola next week in a regional final.
All right, our play of the week, we go back to Wellington. Palm Beach Central's Ahmad Hassan deep down the sideline to Luby Maurice Jr. 70-yard touchdown, much more of that as the Broncos roll 55-23.
All right, let's go to the scoreboard now. Atlantic running into a buzzsaw. St. Thomas Aquinas 63-14 the final there. Treasure Coast, their season comes to an end in a close game to Osceola. We mentioned that 10-7. The Titans giving up a game winner with just over 2 minutes left to go. In 3S, Jensen Beach moving on and beating Sebring in a thriller 26-23 in overtime. And we have a couple games tomorrow. Boynton Beach, fresh off a thrilling win over Kings Academy. They travel to American Heritage Plantation for a 1 o'clock game. And Palm Beach Gardens, the Gators, they go to Monarch looking to advance. It's in Coconut Creek, a 7 p.m. kickoff there.
All right, our Saturday college football menu on WPBF 25 looks like this. Number 3, Michigan hosting Illinois at noon. Then it's number 2, Ohio State at my alma mater, Maryland. I hope that's close, Shane, at 3:30. Finally, big rivalry for the nightcap. Number 22, Oklahoma State at Oklahoma.
Yeah, Maryland every now and again can be good for an upset here.
All right.
All right, let's
I haven't seen many recently, but let's hope.
Let's go Terps. All right, this is our last Football Friday, but our coverage of football on Fridays for high school continues next week with the regional final round, and we'll see you then.
And all these highlights on WPBF.com shortly. Have a good night.
Have a good night. We'll see you.